Imagine the future 50 years from today. We usually see the world in metal finishes devoid of color and optimal working systems that can think for us. But stop for a second and really try to imagine a perfect world in 2065. Time won't just be a resource, it could be made of resources. We won't just store information, we could store our environment too. An energy-saving bulb could do just that. When a gift of words could be wrapped up, imagine recycling as a functional part of your home.
Recycling involves taking materials that would ordinarily be discarded as waste and giving them new life. Now, in some communities, recyclables are placed into special containers for curbside pickup, whilst in others, there are drop-offs or deposit refund centres where residents are encouraged not to throw away their recyclables. Now, by recycling, not only do you help reduce the need for landfills and incineration, but you also help protect our resources like timber, water and minerals, thus sustaining our environment for generations to come. So, South Africa, do you recycle?
Lentswe le la recycling ha se lentswe le letjha. Ka nnete o kile wa le bona televisioneng, wa le bala granteng kapa wa le utlwa seyalemoyeng. Potso ke hore a na o ikutlwa jwang ka matlakala? Ekaba o se o fetotse monahano wa hao ka matlakala?
Well, I don't really know if hoarding is recycling yet. I believe it is. So, well, I don't really throw my stuff away. I keep a lot of my papers, my plastics, a lot of my containers. People give you presents. The covers are useful.
Angazi ngibe exposed ngifana nokurecyclisha, so I wouldn't know.
Pele azang ke tsebiso hore ke bontshwe pele hore wa recycling. So azang even twekileng hore ke le ka ba le thaselo hore nka etsa.
Konindlu ekasi and khona mabhodlela, and then we siwayisa lapha, then they get recycled.
What I think about the waste pickers are that even though yes they do work under extreme conditions such as the heat, sometimes cold, raining, they are helping out quite a bit, quite a lot. Like when you walk around the streets, it's quite clean. They are doing quite a good job actually.
Bayahamba baklini itrate nenthina siyalahlela masiceda, and I feel like a government should, if possible, pay more money.
The 3 R's. Reuse, recycle, reduce. So yes.
Reuse, recycle, revamp, reduce.
Reuse, recycle. Reform, report.
I know reuse. Don't know about the other two, sorry. Oh, my mom's not going to see that one.
Bonneteng bakganni ba bangata ba teneha ke di-waste pickers. Re tjho batho ba tsamayang tseleng ka ditroli tsa matlakala. Ke kgale ba le teng, empa mosebetsi ona ha o soka o kenywa molaong.
Re bula dibimi, re nke di-boxe, dikupu, mabotlolo ka moare, then re di kopanye, re tsamaye le tsona ho tloha disapapong like Rosebank, Brixton, re bue le tsona toropong mo, re fihle re di sota, re feditse ho di sota, re di kenye buyback center, then re di rekise mono. Then o tloha mono re kgona ho thola sengwenyana, kgona ho phedisa malapa a rona, tsatsi le tsatsi, ebile ba bang ba rona re isa bana dikolong, and then ebile re aile le motse ka ona mosebetsi ona.
bonneteng re tsamaya distance gobane a ke ile Rosebank like ke tloa mo toropong ke ya like bo Parktown North kwa Rosebank ke tlasa Rosebank ke nka nako go fitla ka mo ene waste kwana e ngata jala ke sa kgona go nka waste the way dinto gobane nna ke collector ntho engwe le engwe kaofela e leng waste jale tseo so tlamele ke kgethe maybe ke nke scoop le box di batla di bofefonyana le nna for tsela gobane tsela ya nyoloela
le nna ke tsamaya di-long distance ke lo batla dikupu tsena ke di lata hole nako engwe ha ke robale bosiu kaofela ke tse ke tsamaya ke batla le dikupu tsena ke a di Sabc kwa maybe ke tloa mona ke a Cresta mono ho na le ditadimi tse tswang bosiu ke lo nka tsona ke sebetse hoseng ka bo 80 se ke le jarete mo ke dulang teng se ke chaisitse he ya nako engwe hape ke se ke tlwetse ho sebetsa bosiu haholo gobane se ke tswa ho lemala ke taba ya dikupu tsena mona ke sebetsa mona ntse ke batla le dikupu tsena teng ke mo ke ne ka thola accident teng le bosiu le lindeng kwa kanti monga jarata o na sa kwala jarata ya hae ka longwa ke dintja ka 2010
le batho ke ba tsebang ke phetseng le bona mona toropong ke tsebang le ditsotsi ba sebetsa ka botsotsi ba changeile this time ba etsa waste ba changeile ba sa etsa nthwane ya o lalla batho ditrateng ba tshware po kapa ba tsamaye ba ile thuba dishopong tsa makula jwalo
so tere bola fela ke hore le batho ba di office ga ba bona re nka dintho tse bona bana ba sebetsa ga ba bona re tsere di sota nene le bona ba dinka ba di beya ba tlo taxi tsa tsone ke bona bothata bo rena le
ke bone mthako mongwe nna nketile pele a nsia ka ba ke kenisa mo etsileng ha ke fitla ka thola hore ba mchaisitse o hlokofetse mthako ene pampiri tletse tsela ke no bona ka dipampiri ke satla di tlatse tsela ha ke fitla mo ke bile le pain le for now ha ke fita mo ke sa opolo na le picture mo under bridge ele o sheba una le picture ha ula trolley motho a teng so
problem ya rona ke hore ha rena di pleke mo re collectang teng hantle so batho ba ile gore ba na le pleke tse right ba bang ba se ba na le bo divene ba bona ntonyana tse jwalo mara yalo rona ko re fela re ikopanye re be ntwe one
a rena ona union la ka thola accident mona hit and run ba le batho bona ba re chaisa batho ba dikoloi go tswa le mo ke lengwe ke dintja teng ke ne ka iswa sepatala ha ke khutla sepatala ka bua le maponesane amplela hore no chase ka batla mfounela bona hore chase le no tsena ntse ke emetse hore ba mfounela ba mfounela
bana ba location ha tsoa o se ngore nna ke lo batla mosebetsi ha re ke lo iketsetsa ke bona bothata bo ke bonahanang ke tsebe bona banahana jwa bana ka kopana le ngwana locationeng bona o tla thola a matha ka CV o lo batla mosebetsi ha o kopana le nna nthola ke matha ka troll ke lo collector di box wa bona ntwe ka motho a tswang ka ntle
ha thoke se e gutla re tshakela Zondi Buyback Center mo Soweto go tla kopana le batho ba fetotseng kamano ya bona le matlakala
waarop ons jou vullis optel. Eerste ene is daar 'n plakker wat op die 42 liter houer geplaas moet word. En ons vra vir die gemeenskap, sit dit op en hier word duidelik uitgespel.
The city of Johannesburg is running out of landfill space for waste management. Mayor Mpho Parkstow believes it's imperative that waste management be a collective effort between the waste consumer and the city. I hope that you've seen what a difference recycling can make in one person's life. On that note of collective efforts, let's see what Pick It Up and the community of Zondi in Soweto have done with their waste.
Ramotse Parkstow o nahana hore tsamaiso ya matlakala ke boikgathatso bo kenyang batho le motse wa bona. Pick It Up e bone motse o leng Soweto o nahanang jwalo, motse o ikgathatsang ka tsamaiso ya matlakala. Ha re boneng hore Pick It Up e fetotse maphelo a batho bana jwang.
In a nutshell, the city of Johannesburg is running out of landfill airspace. And we must do something to divert the waste away from the landfill. Ons is besig om wat ons noem herwinningsekonomie in die stad van Johannesburg te vestig. Ons teiken 950,000 huishoudings wat ons glo die begin gaan wees om hierdie hele ekonomie aan die gang te kry. Ons vra vir ons mense, sorteer jou herwinbare afval by die huis, plaas dit uit op die dag waarop ons jou vullis optel en dan sal ons nou reël om dit op te tel. Ons het hierso trokke wat ons noem cage trucks, wat ons het ooreenkomste met koöperasies wat hierdie die optel van die herwinbare materiaal, die vervoer daarvan na die sorteringsaanleg en ons is nou op hierdie stadium by een van hierdie sorteringsaanlegte in die Zondi area en dit word gesorteer en dan het ons ooreenkomste met die eindverbruikers. Dit is die Impacts van die wêreld, dit is Glass Recycling Company. Ons praat hierso van Collector Can, ons praat van die papierouens en natuurlik Plastics SA. Wanneer ons in 'n omgewing of in 'n gemeenskap inbeweeg, dan gee ons elke lid van die gemeenskap, elke huishouding kry 'n beginpak. En die beginpak, Collie, can you just come nearer then dan kan ek vir hulle wys. Die eerste ene is daar 'n plakker wat op die 42 liter houer geplaas moet word. En ons vra vir die gemeenskap, sit dit op en hier word duidelik uitgespel hoe mens kan herwin. As 'n boodskap wat altyd daar sal wees. Ja. Die tweede wat ons dan vir elke gemeenskap gee is eerstens gee ons vir hulle 'n herbruikbare sak, 'n Hessian sak. Nou hierdie sak hierso, ja. Hierdie sak hierso word gebruik vir papier. En ons vra vir hulle om papier daarin te sit, maar nadat ons die papier verwyder het, word hierdie sak teruggeplaas by die huishouding vir volgende week se optel van die herwinbare papier. En dan die laaste sak wat ons vir hulle gee is hierdie sak hierso. Dit is 'n deursigtige sak. Nou die deursigtige sak word gebruik vir plastiek, glas en kannetjies. Dit is wat ons alle blikkies wat ons in die huishouding het. Die rede waarom hy deursigtig is sodat ons kan sien as ons optel wat is binnekant en of die regte goed binne in die sak geplaas is. Nou hierdie sak word dan elke week by die huishouding vervang sodat hulle dit volgende week weer kan gebruik want hierdie kan nie hergebruik word.
Zondi Buyback Center e fane ka mosebetsi ho batho ba batlileng ba lekana le lekgolo ka dikgwedi tse tsheletseng. Nahana fela hore ba tlabe ba sebeditse hakakang ka morao hwa selemo.
Senza abantu abakind, yeah, abathokozela umsebenzi wabo. Yeah, which I can say they never way ubona besebenza ngakhona. Ba united.
Ngithembisile Khumalo, ngihlala eSabc, ngiyawuthanda umsebenzi wami engiwenzayo, ngiyaphila ngawo. Nengane nazo ziyaphila ngawo, ngenza i-recycling, mara manje ngale pick it up ngigoqa ama-plastic we-recycling.
Abantu esisebenza nabo, abantu abahlala in and around i-township yala iZondi, nama-surrounding areas abomfulo, Dobsonville nabo Scott Paul. So most abantu abasebenza nabo la abantu abakhona ukuthi basuke ekhaya bawalk baze la. Khona manje sinama-employees esiwa-employe la abayi-8 permanently employed, and then sinabai around 39 who are most of them baba contracted. Abaningi bakhona yibo laba basortayo. And then we have indirect jobs. It's people from the community who walk in bathengise baze bazoqalisa material. I'm sure nibabonile nje abaningi bayangena baphusha ama-trolleys yibo laba abaningi nokubabona la emgwaqweni esitradini bephusha lawo matrolli wabo ya.
Yeah, umsebenzi wona uyacreateka vele nge-recycling and isave ne-environment if abantu bangaba aware of izinto ezilahlekayo ama-dump site vele awasafuneki because apollute ulentuza umoya. So abantu babangatheka bazinika isikhathi ukuthi baqoqa udoti as much as they can because uqoqa udoti awuqoqeli mahhala uzobhadala at the end of the day. or most of my buyback center, each and everyone can get paid.
Reduce, reuse, recycle, rethink. Mantswe ao a mane a sebedisitswe haholo mo Johannesburg Waste Summit. Seboka seo se la tshwarelwa ho leka ho phahamisa tsebo ka di-technology tse fapaneng tsa tsamaiso ya matlakala le tikoloho. Ha re utlweng hore ba ha motse wa Johannesburg ba re
Joburg Waste Summit really relates to our growth and development strategy that we developed in 2011, where we identified that Joburg only had landfill sites or airspace for landfill sites for about 80 years, and that there were a number of other challenges such as pressure on our water supply, etc. So the strategy, the Joburg 2040, identified separation at source and minimization of waste as one of the strategies to ensure that we are able to achieve a livable city, which is also part of our strategy.
We've got to ensure that we leave behind a legacy for our children and our children's children. So reducing waste to landfill, at the heart of it is ensuring there's a sustainability legacy that we leave behind. And we've got to do that in partnership with people. So this summit is also about the building blocks for bringing people to the table and talking to them in various kinds of conversations. So this is just one structured conversation, but going forward we'll then ensure that we have particular conversations with various segmentation of society out there.
ha thoke se e khutla dula mo le boneng hore le ka thusa jwang.
Your milk and juice pot, and I have here just some samples, but
then it is much easier for pick it up because now
to actually think that Johannesburg is running out of landfill space to process its waste. So if you're not living in Johannesburg, it might not be a worrying issue for you, but you need to remember that the increase in population is directly proportional to waste. So the answer is simple. You've seen it. Reduce, reuse, recycle, and regenerate. In the kitchen today, we've got Ursula Henneberry, and she is the Operations Director at PRASA, and we've also got Zimasa Velapi, who is a Public Relations and Marketing Officer at Collect a Can. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you, Amanda, and welcome to your listeners as well.
Yeah, thank you. So you both were invited to present at the Johannesburg Waste Summit. What do you think about the outcomes of the summit?
I think firstly for me, the summit was excellent in that it brought together a range of stakeholders from operations people, managing directors, CEOs, through to your waste pickers. And everybody had a common interest there, and that was for effective waste management. And as an outcome for me, the first day was great, was all about recycling. The second day, the discussions around using landfill waste for energy in years to come were so robust and so hopeful for me that we do see a solution now for landfill. I think it's going to take a few years, but the fact that it's on the table, it's been spoken about, the discussions are robust, is great.
And I think for me, the Waste Summit, what it gave us as well is that we have a common problem, all of us, in terms of the recycling companies, including Pick It Up. And I think some of the major challenges that were discussed is in education, is that people are really not into recycling, because the research that was done by CSIR was that only 3.3% of South Africans are actually recycling.
Yeah.
So that is a huge challenge that we need to overcome as all stakeholders that are involved. And like Ursula said, the nice thing was that we had some of the street collectors to say that this is what we do, so that we as companies that are doing the recycling, and those guys are our customers, we then are able to then match what they sell and what we do with what they sell. If you start a business in recycling, then you're going to earn an income, and then you're going to start, helping other people in your community. So for me, I think that the fact that in the environment, we are messing it up, and we need to leave a good environment for our children.
Absolutely.
We need to get down to the reality that by recycling, you are helping job creation. You are helping alleviate poverty. When you recycle and you put your recyclable materials outside onto your pavement, and the street collector comes past, he goes and sells that. His income is immediate.
Yes.
So we all, no matter who we are, have a part to play in alleviating poverty in our country. And to me, I don't see why people can't look beyond just the environment. Look at what you can do for your fellow man.
I like that, you brought it back to, the home environment. For instance, my mom she started recycling years ago when I was in high school, and she now still has different plastic bags for paper, for plastic, so when we have visitors and they don't get it, she gets so upset, and then she starts educating them that actually, you can do this in your own home. It's simple, it's easy. You just organize the way that you throw away your waste, and it actually, like you're saying, contributes towards, people getting work.
Absolutely, and I'd like to just pick up on a very good point that Zimasa made about transporting waste. One of the good reasons to recycle is that we all complain about how much we have to pay for our rates and municipality taxes and things like that. But when you recycle, the municipality has to transport less waste. So we are contributing to saving costs of the municipalities that they have to incur. For me, our street collectors, our street harvesters, our waste pickers are my heroes. The work that they do is so, so important. And if the communities, the householders, the children would just keep their recyclables, as the master said, separate, then it doesn't get contaminated by your pumpkin peels and your potato skins that are in your bin. So the result is that your waste picker has got good, clean, good quality material that he takes to sell, and he gets more money for it. So really, we can all help to add some dignity. You wouldn't like to rummage in your bin. I wouldn't like to go through your bin, and you wouldn't like to. So if we separate our waste, then our waste pickers don't have to go through your bin either, because what is left in there is only what has got to go to composting, and what is recyclable is separate. The quality is great, their earnings are improved, and it's just a good reason to recycle.
And we also have clean curb sites, because then there will be rubbish on your pavement.
Recycling would also help reduce litter. It would help reduce pollution. Unfortunately, we've run out of time, but you can carry on with the conversation on Facebook and on Twitter at Talk SA. And if you're wondering what we were doing during the ad break, we were busy with that gadget over there. It simulates a hydro pulper, and you can find out what it does. So don't move. Stay right here. So we've got Ursula Henneberry, and she's going to show us how to use this nifty gadget. What is it? It looks like a blender.
Yes, the basic message is that we want householders to start recycling their milk and juice carton. And it is a household blender. The blade has been changed, but it's meant to simulate a hydro pulp. So our brown fibre now is starting to come into a lovely pulp. Yeah. And it's separating your aluminium and your plastic.